world's most watched professional wrestling news program, the Pro Wrestling Report. Damian Nelson sitting alongside the man they call Meathead. Welcome to this week's Fun Wagon, known as PWR.
Am I allowed to have fun today? Because you sure chewed me out last week. Well, and apparently that aired.
All show in my ear, I had the production team telling me how.
Apparently that aired. That was supposed to be off camera between you and me. And apparently that aired. Did you slip up on purpose? Did the production team do that on purpose? Was that a work?
2 people lost their jobs today on snafu last week. I wanted it to be 3 people.
Yeah, but this guy's
decided their contract recently. Let's go into, ladies and gentlemen, this week's top story. And it is, Meathead, a huge story. Ring of Honor has a television deal on cable now for their pay-per-view events, if you will. Ring of Honor is an organization which many of you are familiar with. They are pretty much the top independent wrestling organization in the world today. They do shows in the United Kingdom, do shows here in the States.
Stateside.
You've seen a lot of big stars come out of TNA and a lot of big stars performing in TNA, especially while they're, in Ring of Honor, especially while they were affiliated with TNA. Meathead, here's the deal, the specifics of it. A 6 pay-per-view deal with EchoStar, which does Dish Network and things of that nature, in demand.
Correct.
For 6 events between now, in July actually, and 2008. These events will be happening either in the States or across the pond, if you will.
Sorry, it's my new word.
The premiere date is July 1st for the first event, which will be taped on May 12th from New York City here in the States.
Get a rope.
And it will be called Respect is Earned.
I thought you were going to say respect my authority. Sorry.
I have been to a Ring of Honor event. While I found it long, I found it entertaining all at the same time. Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, stars of that nature coming out of Ring of Honor. Again, like I said, many TNA stars such as Samoa Joe, Austin Aries, Jay Lethal, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles. Many of them came up through ROH and were also being shared between ROH and TNA. CM Punk, as a matter of fact, before getting called up to WWE, was in Ring of Honor.
Great series between CM Punk and Samoa Joe in Ring of Honor.
Great matches, great wrestling. They are professional wrestling, a lot less fluff, if you will, and a lot more wrestling. Jim Cornette also affiliated with that organization for a long period of time. Meathead, their chances, they're sort of taking the TNA formula. There'll be video-on-demand options along with the pay-per-view options. But will this work? It worked for TNA for a couple of years.
What's the definition of work?
Weekly pay-per-view. Will it elevate ROH's game and make them more noticed and more viable as a wrestling organization across the world?
Absolutely. It's going to make them more noticed. But again, the main goal for Ring of Honor is to make more money.
Well, exactly. They are a business.
Okay. So how do they make more money? They expand and broaden their brand. Okay. Now that they have the stateside television deal, they're able to reach
Is that your
more.
word of the week, stateside?
Thank you. I've already used it 7 times. They're able to reach more viewers, more dollars, able to get more opportunity. They're able to cross more, there's another term I'm trying to think, put their stamp, their foothold, cross more footholds, if you will. That's a cable term. They're able to reach more people. So the more people you reach, it's kind of like making orange juice. You have to squeeze a whole bunch of oranges just to get that glass of orange juice. Did you understand any of that?
I wasn't listening. Several other things are coming as a result of this deal. The deal that is not yet signed with DirecTV, ROH saying that they expect DirecTV to come on board down the road. However, at this point, not available on DirecTV, so millions of subscribers not available.
Not currently available on Time Warner Cable either.
Well, it will be once the event launches on July 1st, the first pay-per-view, as that is an on-demand network, the pay-per-view channel, which covers most of the standard cable networks.
Correct.
They have extended contract opportunities to 12 of their superstars. We don't know the names at this point in time, but they're non-exclusive contracts. What that means, folks, is the stars will still be able to participate in independent shows and other shows across the country, but will be contractually bound to ROH as opposed to TNA or WWE. Don't know the length of those contracts, don't know the terms of those contracts.
And don't know if anybody else has contracts right now, and these may be the first 12.
Right now, Ring of Honor has no contracts.
And these may be the first 12 superstar contracts that they're going to be offering.
And again, they will still be able to work independent dates. Now, Meathead, we'll talk when we get to TNA news later in this episode how that impacts some TNA superstars, but in general, this is pretty much a good contract to have as a professional wrestler. You're tied to an organization, much like TNA's contracts were before they changed them about 6 months ago. But you have the opportunity to still participate in these independent events all across the country and the world.
Basically, you're getting a steady paycheck, and you're able to make side cash.
Side cash.
Right.
Understood.
Stateside.
The price of this event will be somewhere between $10 and $15 on a monthly basis. Again, TNA's failure or mistake may have been $10 a week, which is what they were offering for pay-per-views, and a lot of people don't look at that. On Wednesday nights? A lot of people don't look at that as $40 a month, which is really comparable to what other pay-per-view shows are, but they looked at it as $10 a week, which adds up quite a bit on those cable bills. Production upgrades to the ROH product are expected. ROH already very popular in the DVD world, if you will. The pay-per-view
because it's
events,
an underground indie type circuit thing, and you don't expect top-of-the-line production values on your ROH videos.
the pay-per-view events will be 2 hours long, approximately 2 hours long. However, they will still later release on DVD those same events, but they will be unique to the DVD format.
Okay, so they're going to package up the best 2 hours of a show and then give you the extra 2.5 hours because it was just like a, say, Rebels of Wrestling show. That wasn't a shot, by the way. It's just that Rebels of Wrestling, historically here in the Milwaukee area, ran 5-hour shows.
And the Ring of Honor shows I've been to have been over 3 hours. But again, solid wrestling, phenomenal wrestling, and still the one place where you're going to find those 1 hour long matches on a regular basis, and I'm talking wrestling matches. And again, some of the stars that have come out and that are still in TNA, you look at a Bryan Danielson, you look at a Roger Strong, some very strong superstars and talents and great professional wrestlers.
What he did there was he made a pun. See, a young Democrat here in his little pink foofy tie made a pun. Is it showing up pink on your screens?
Bryan Danielson, a man who I have a great deal of respect for, wrestled for a great deal of time.
But would Bryan Danielson respect that pink tie?
With a shoulder injury, dropped the title a few months back and is getting back into the ROH scene. I don't know why I keep wanting to say TNA, because I'm very excited to get to the TNA news segment, because see, it carries from this to,
Is it Don
to
West?
the middle of the show.
Is it Don West?
I'm not selling anything. I did buy some beef jerky from JR just the other day.
See, I'm not buying anything or jerking anything around JR at all.
Ring of Honor's chances, Meathead, this obviously is a good deal for them. This is obviously a great opportunity for them. Will it work in capturing new fans?
I think so. I think it's a golden opportunity, not to say a golden shower or a golden child.
Jesus.
Should say cheese and rice. It's a golden opportunity to gain new fans. Of course, when you shoot your product over, a bigger, broader spectrum, yeah, you're going to get more opportunities to gain more fans.
Again, every 60 days the events will be occurring. 6 events is the current commitment over 2007 and 2008. So every 2 months we'll have an ROH pay-per-view. How are they going to market it?
Like an ECW schedule used to be. They used to do bi-monthly pay-per-views.
How are they going to market it, though? And we'll talk more about the ECW pay-per-view situation later. But how are they going to market it, Meathead? They don't have a television property, if you will. They have their website. They have their underground fans, if you will.
XWF. Remember them?
I remember them, yes.
How did they market?
They marketed via touring right away and via their
30-minute
their
paid
website.
infomercials.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding,
I'm
ding.
certainly sure that ROH will not go that route. They have a solid fan base. This is almost like it's so interesting. It's almost like a rebutting of an ECW
They have a solid
kind of.
fan. They have a solid fan base, but what about the fans what about the people that aren't in the areas that they've run shows at before? Who's to say if 30 minutes is going to hurt them?
It's true.
And if you're really a wrestling fan and you're internet savvy and you're but you've never seen Ring of Honor, and you'll see the list. Well, next time one of these infomercials are running, tell me you want to watch it if it was on in your area.
If they do infomercials.
If they do.
So they've got the internet, they've got their current DVD sales, they've got their current fan base. Will that be enough?
No, I think they should do the infomercials. That's just my opinion. IMO.
Internet talk here. It's a good tie-in there, if you will. Ring of Honor, folks, will you watch the pay-per-view starting with Respect is Earned on July 1st?
I think they will, only because of look what happened with Wrestling Society X.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the best example.
Opportunity to watch a new product. Bam, what happened that first week? I mean, it blew up.
Hit us up on the forum or with your emails. Let us know. Are you interested in this big news, big announcement from Ring of Honor? Will you participate? What do you want to see on that first pay-per-view event on July 1st? And keep in mind, Meathead, what this does is spur new business. You're going to sell more T-shirts. You're going to get revenue from the pay-per-view buys, obviously, and you're going to get more DVDs sold because while they may be cutting into their own business, which their core business is DVD sales, with the pay-per-view opportunity, they're still going to have an opportunity to have more viewers want more of their products.
And still DVD sales.
Thanks for your feedback in advance, ladies and